My mother died when I was 8 last week. I found her alive in my husband's phone contacts. Growing up, I had exactly 3 photos of my mother, a faded Polaroid from her college days, a blurry wedding picture, and my favorite, her holding me as a newborn, looking exhausted but radiant. Dad rarely spoke about her. The story was simple. She died in a car accident when I was 8, driving home from her night shift as a nurse. I had vague memories, the smell of her perfume, the way she'd sing while cooking, how she'd braid my hair every morning before school. For 20 years, I visited her grave on birthdays and Mother's Days, leaving wildflowers because Dad once mentioned she hated store-bought arrangements. When I met Michael 3 years ago, I told him about my mother on our second date. He listened attentively, asked thoughtful questions, and later suggested we plant a memorial garden in our backyard after we moved in together. I thought I'd never find someone so understanding of a grief that had shaped my entire life. Last Friday, Michael left his phone on the kitchen counter while showering. When it buzzed with a text, I glanced over, thinking it might be the contractor we'd been waiting to hear from about our bathroom renovation. The notification showed, "Eleanor, can't wait to see you tomorrow. Stay in place." My hands trembled as I picked up the phone. I told myself it was a coincidence. Eleanor is a common name, but when I opened his contacts and searched, there she was, Eleanor Wilson with a Phoenix area code, my mother's full name, a recent call history, dozens of texts going back months. I sat frozen until Michael emerged from the shower. When I held up the phone, his face drained of color. The truth emerged in fragments. My mother hadn't died. She'd abandoned us, struggling with addiction and unable to handle motherhood. Dad created the accident story to spare me the pain of rejection, then moved us across the country to start fresh. Michael had found her by accident 6 months ago while researching my family tree as a surprise anniversary gift. He'd been meeting her secretly, trying to determine if she was stable enough to re-enter my life. Yesterday, I met the stranger who gave birth to me at a quiet Quarry Tree Towns over. She's been sober for 12 years. She has another daughter, 11 years old. She's kept a journal for me since the day she left, writing letters she never sent. I don't know what happens next. I am furious with my father for the elaborate lie, grateful to Michael for his misguided protection, and completely lost about how to feel toward the woman who's both my mother and a total stranger. Sometimes the people we trust most keep secrets they believe will protect us, and sometimes graves hold nothing but the stories we tell ourselves to make sense of abandonment. I've spent 20 years mourning someone who was alive the whole time. Now I have to decide if I am ready to know the living woman behind the faded photographs.